There's no flipping ways. This is just next level, guys. This is different than anything I've ever tried. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy PrayersNunchuks, and I am back. And this time I got to try out a VR space racer. This is a whole different thing. So this is a motion rig with a VR headset and a Logitech. I think it's a Logitech G29 or G920. I'm not sure. Let's check out the rig and then we're gonna talk about it, inshallah, because wow, bruh, wow. Okay, so before I get started, I want to give shout outs. Yeah, special shout outs to the guys who are running this business here. I don't know the names and I forgot to get the company name. Yeah, but special shout out to them for bringing this to us and making it accessible, because you only pay like 60 rands. 60 rands is like around $4 maybe. Yeah, and then you get to get on this thing and then play, and as long as you win your races you get to continue playing, right? And so yeah, man, if you wanna check it out and you're in South Africa, just go to Wonderpark Mall. You're gonna find them there. One of the most genuine people. Like, they're fun to be around. They're born, you know, and they're very, very patient. I also like the service that I received from these guys. Hey man, thank you so much for this. Y'all have no idea what this means to me, right? And so also I would like to come more. Y'all should give me a day with this thing, bro. Honestly, that's no. But anyway, guys, let's talk about the rig itself. Yeah, so the rig is like, it looks toyish, it looks like a toy, yeah, but it's very, very far from a toy. This thing was throwing me around so much to a point whereby at some point I got scared for my life, because I actually thought I was in an actual car and I was speeding, you know. And so that is different, guys, you know. Like, I do sim race, you know, and I do drive a real car, not a racing car, a normal car, right? But this is a totally different feeling on its own, you know. It changes the way you approach racing, it changes the way you look at sim racing, you know. And like, honestly, I for one feel like I need this rig. Yo, Power Movie, you need to sponsor me with this rig, bruh. I need this rig in my life. My life is not complete without these things, guys. My life is not complete without this thing. So anyway, yeah, that's the first thing that I liked, the motion on this thing. Yeah, it just flipping amazing. And so moving on, we have VR attached to the motion rig. Now this is where like things get interesting, right? So remember, the thing is moving around, and then here you are, you have the VR headsets on, right? And then the sound is loud, and it's also coming like from like your feet, in a sense, where they placed the speakers. It feels like you're in an actual car. Do you all get that? It feels like you're in an actual car because of the VR, and this thing is moving you around. Yeah, and that in itself was mind blowing, bro. I remember when, you know, I did like the Nocha Life, and then I went on to do my favorite track, Bathurst. I remember when I was on Bathurst, you know, when you get to those mountain, like those mountain parts, I got, you have like your first, it's a first corner that goes left, and then you run on a straight, and then you have the second corner, and then the third corner, and the fourth and the fifth corners. You're on the mountain, right? When I was going up there, Code Brown, I almost shitted myself. Yeah, that's how crazy this thing feels and looks, and like, bro. Hey yo, Power Movie, big ups, bro. Big ups. What you did here, it's next level, bro. This is awesome. And don't get me started on the force feedback on the, is it G29 or G920? I think they put that thing on 100%. That thing felt way too strong, and like I could feel everything, which is something that also I want to not command, but then I want to congratulate them on basically making a proper sim choice. Yes, they went with Project Castre, but let's be honest, the force feedback kind of feels like the force feedback on Assetto Corsa Competizione. It feels so flipping amazing, yeah. And so if it was like just any other company, they would have probably went with like Forza Motorsports or Forza Horizon. Let's be honest, I don't have anything about like against Forza. I even bought the game, yeah, but that game is not a sim. It's not a sim. Yes, it's a fun game, but it's not a sim. It doesn't even come close to it, yeah. And so they chose an actual sim. So that allows this rig to deliver a whole experience, a whole racing experience, right? And so for that, man, this thing feels super amazing. I enjoyed myself. I like this, and I want this in my life, guys. Somehow, some way, we need to get this. Power Movie, you all need to sponsor me with this. Brothers, you all need to come. You need to let me come there and play every weekend for free, because now I can't get this thing off my mind. Anyway, enough about the positive, what I like about the rig. Let's talk about what I didn't like about the rig. Everything has like a good and a bad, right? So the best that I didn't like, the first one, was how it looks. This thing looks like a toy, bro. It looks like something that is meant for kids. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but either way, it doesn't matter. The look is fine, but for me, I kind of felt embarrassed to get on it in public, because it felt like, yo, how will people look at me? So, hey, look at this guy with a beard getting on children's stuff, but otherwise, yeah, I rest my case. The second thing I didn't like about the rig, it didn't have a safety belt. It would help a lot if you add up a safety belt on this thing. Like, just give us that thing, please. Just allow us to have a safety belt. Reason for that is, with a safety belt, the way this thing throws you around, if you have a safety belt, you become more confident that you have like control over the car and stuff. Because let's be honest, the whole point of this is to make a person forget that in the visual world, right? And so if like somebody forgets that they're in a visual world, and then they're racing and and this thing is throwing them around, they tend to feel like how I felt when I was going up those mountains, and there's nothing like that's holding you to the car when that thing is throwing you around, because now you're also trying to balance yourself, because it's shifting you around so much, and the motions and stuff like that, yeah. And so the seat belt becomes important for such situations, yeah. And then the third and the last thing I didn't like was on the VR side of things, yeah. So the system itself, it's a bit complicated, in a sense that I cannot adjust my VRs right on the VRs, yeah. So for somebody like me who has eyesight problems, I've done 2 surgeries on my eyes, right? And so I need to see, I can't see properly without my glasses. So the VR is supposed to allow me to change the focal length on it. No, not focal length, but focus, basically. Let's put it as focus. Yeah, it's supposed to allow me to adjust it, and so the VR is not allowing us to do that on it. So it's a thing whereby now you have to restart the whole system, and then after restarting the whole system, you have to set it using a software, which is time consuming, and it takes away from like the the experience, right? And so as a result, I ended up just playing, even though I was seeing blurry, I was seeing blurriness. I ended up playing like that. No saying I didn't have fun. I did, like I did, but the VR thing needs to change so that we get to adjust the VRs on the VR headsets themselves. But other than that, guys, this is an amazing rig. I like if Power Movie will sponsor me. Man, this will rock my world, bro. This is just flipping amazing.